love cameras. Who doesn't? Cameras are just something wonderful. Just wonderful little tiny magic boxes of love that you can do a lot of things with. Some things you really shouldn't tell people that you're doing with, because, you know, sometimes when you're in your parents' bedroom and you're just rifing through their closet, you find a camera and you get shocked for life, you know, traumatized for the things you see on cameras. But nevertheless, you love cameras. And one of my favorite cameras on the market right now are these, the retro screenless digital cameras. I can't love these little magical time machines enough, because they're just taking you back in time to a place that was, you know, it was a time of love and happiness. You go back. But the problem is they use you. These things use you like that prom date you once had that said she wanted to go with you to prom, but when you get there, she's off with Johnny bootleg over there because he's got the booze, and you're trying to be a straight-laced good guy, but no, she wants to sit with Johnny bootlegger there, and it's just mad. But these cameras, when it comes to these cameras, they just use you. They get your money and go, because they don't innovate. They get this, they make this, sell this to you, and then they're off. They're done with it. And they don't care. They just leave you in the dust on the side of the road. Except there is a camera. One of these retro screenless cameras, they love you. And they're thinking about you. They're thinking about you. They're thinking about you. Now, before we go into the camera company, the camera that's not forgetting you, the camera that is still thinking about you and all the wonderfulness that you bring to the world of cameras, I need to ask you, are you a child of the 60s, 70s, and 80s, like I am? Or are you someone who likes the movies from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, like me? Or how about, do you like films made about the 60s, 70s, or 80s? Because I do. Or are you just a cameraphile? Do you really just love cameras so much that you just get into them? Because if you are, you're going to recognize this right here. This is an 8mm Super 8 film camera. That's right. And when you saw this in the movies, you knew something was going to happen. You knew something was up, because they would take that camera and it would come up, and as they pulled it down, something was happening. You know that. And something was going to go on without the spit. That's a lot of spit. You know, they would sit there and have it, and then would just come down. And then there was like that warm, soft, fuzzy memory of a time gone by that you just can't get back. You know, the children are all grown up, but you still have the films of those cameras. Or the film of those children. Camera, well, these are my children. So yeah, maybe, okay. Or it'd be some war documentary film. It's like, oh my God, Hiroshima, the planes it's coming down. We're all gonna die. Ah! It was mad, it was chaos, it was wonderful, and you knew it was coming. Or it was a horror movie, and they're going, oh my God, I don't know if I could do this. They're looking into it, and they look into it, and then boom, ah! Something's coming, we gotta go, boom. It was just something magical about these cameras. But the thing is, no one is making these cameras anymore. So you think. And I get it. There really is no need to make these cameras. They're big, they're bulky, all the motors, civos, gizmos, and any things that just go bump in the night. There's no need to. I mean, this Nikon from years past can do a lot more than this. You know, and it's a lot cheaper. These things, the good running one still goes for $800. You can get this for less than $200, and it has more power, more film, and you can get, like, if you get a 50-foot roll of film, you're lucky to get 2.5 minutes. With this, oh my God, dude, you can literally get like hours and hours of film with this camera right here. So why would you want to buy this? But there's a company out there, like I was saying, they're thinking about you, and they're thinking you will bank on this. And it's right here. Where is it at? It's right here. Yeah. Yeah. Let's hey! And this is the camera that I'm talking about. This is the CS8 from CamSnap. You know, the company that is not staying idle. They're actually moving forward and listening to their customer bases because they love you guys. They actually look at you guys more like fans and not just somebody buying, you know, their gear, their equipment. I mean, hell, they keep moving on with their cameras. They're not just building one camera and sending it off. And I mean, I don't get me wrong, I still love this camera, but they're not moving on. They'll make their camera, maybe sell you a lanyard, then you're done with you. They got your money. They're not trying to do anything else. But CampSnap, no. They're moving on. I mean, look, they started off with this right here. You know, the retro screenless digital 35mm camera, and it's wonderful, and I love this camera. And then they've got one coming out called the CS Pro. And that's on pre-order right now. You can't really get it. It's on pre-order, and it's going to be coming out later this year, and hopefully I've got it. And then they give you this right here. This is the CS8, like I said. It is a replica of one of these right here. This is an actual Super 8 35mm, well, Super 8 8mm camera. And this, look at that. I think they hit it right on the, I think they put the nail, the head on the nail, or whatever it is. They did it with this one, and I can't be happier with it, and I'm so excited to dive into this. This is the CampSnap CS8. It came out in this year of 2025 with an MSRP of $149 to $200, depending on when you get it. And on the used market, believe it or not, there are some actually on the used market right now, but they're not much cheaper. You should, if you can find one, please do. But there's not a lot of used ones out there. And if you get it used, I would be careful because this thing has the film you insert. This has the memory card, and somebody doesn't take out the memory card. There could be some interesting things you might find in some of these used cameras. So be careful what you get, guys. Just be careful. If you go out there and buy one, unless it's from CampSnap, be careful of it. Just be careful because it could be bad. Now, let's go over some of the specs before we go around this wonderful thing real quick here, guys. The specs, it is a 2.7K video sensor. That's debatable. 5 customable image filters, the USB-C rechargeable, 8 times digital zoom, shoot in all popular aspect ratios, pre-installed 4 gig SD card, it's upgradable to 128 gigs. It is an F 2.0 to an F 3.29 with a 1/2.7 sensor. That's the specs. I'm not sure what all that is, to be honest, because we don't do all that. We're the average guys. So I just get a camera, does it work, is it enjoyable, and serve you up on the platter. But let's take a quick look around. We're going to start with the backside right here, the guys right here. This is a pad, and it's a wonderful little pad. Oh, and the eyepiece right there. It's an electronic eyepiece. And it's an electronic eyepiece. You look through it and you see the images on it. You know, kind of like the eyepiece on here, except this is an actual eyepiece. This is an electronic eyepiece. So you see. And up here we have a faux cold shoe mount or hot shoe mount, but it's fake. It's not real. So don't imagine to do much with it. It's not real. Down here, guys, what we got here, we have the USB Type-C charging port and information passer through to your computer and phone thing right here, guys. Down here we also have a speaker so you can hear the little... There's no playback. Why there's a speaker? I guess it's just the clicks and beeps and R2D2 noises. And over here, guys, what do we got? We got the logo, and here we got the mode buttons. Right here we got, this is up, down, and the mode. So you can time and date, and that's pretty much it with this. And here you got the zoom in, zoom out, those two little thingy-mabobbers. Then up here, yeah, and it doesn't zoom this way. It doesn't zoom. This, like, unlike this one where it turns, this doesn't do diddly squat. So, and then right here, it's not digital. It's an analog beater meter. You know where my mind's going, thinking about filming some stuff tonight. And over here, this is the meter reader for the battery to show you how much battery you have. It's analog. It's analog, guys. It's not digital. How cool is that? The image in here, that's digital. The film is digital, but that's not digital. And then over here, we have, what do we got? Oh, it's on. We got the on-off button. Over here, we have the SD card reader, which is kind of cool. You turn it on, it shows you. How cool is that? It's on and off. Oh, and it turns off right there. And then here we have the aspect ratios. I'm going to put them up here. I forgot, what are the aspect ratios? Hang on real quick, guys. Okay, I don't know what the aspect ratio is I'm just gonna, we're gonna go through the 4s. I'll do a quick thing of it. Here we go, cut in. We're back. Okay, guys, that was the aspect ratios. I'm not sure exactly what they were here, but hopefully that gave you two. And then we got the filters, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go through the filters real quick. All right, those were the filters. So guys, this is a wonderful camera. If you get a chance, you should go out and get yourself one of these cameras. It's really good. So let's go make a movie, a good movie that we can show here. But let's go make a movie, guys. So come on, let's go make a movie. My God, that was a fun camera to be using. I had a lot of fun with this, and I can't lie, I had so many people asking me about this camera. Every time I'd go out and see it filming, people would say, "Oh, is that a real Super 8?" And they'd be like, "No," and they're like, "What?" And they would like really surprised that it's a digital camera. And they would actually want to take it away from me, and they'd film their friends and stuff, and it was just crazy to see how many people reacted so positively, really positive to this camera, versus some of the creators I've heard complain about this camera, which I don't get. You know, they've complained about the weight or the no playback, or, you know, because the resolution is low. They've complained about so much, and I think when they're complaining, they're missing the point of this camera. This camera is about fun. It's about nostalgia. It's about bringing back those memories of what it was like to use an actual Super 8 film camera. And I think if any of those filmmakers or those creators actually use this camera, they would maybe rethink what they were complaining about. Because this camera, again, it hits everything on the head. I mean, when I'm holding it, you just want to film. You just want to start shooting something, you know, and you want to pass this to someone. This is for parties. This is for going out. This is for a lot of fun. But it's not meant to make a big film. You know, because some people are like, "Oh, the resolution's low." Okay, it's low. But if you've used a real Super 8, the resolution is low. So I can't complain about this camera too much. But, as that one TikToker says, there are some complaints I do have with this camera, which I think could be corrected in later versions. One, the trigger. You don't hear any noise when you're using this thing, which is kind of a letdown, because there were so many shots I got were just a quick shot of that, and it would be my foot for just a brief second, you know, so I didn't hear the film, any motors or anything, which I get, there's no motors in it, but they could have had some kind of reaction. And the trigger is very light versus like this one, when you hit it, You hear that, right? You hear that click? You don't hear that. You don't really have the same click. So there's not a lot of noise when you're using this camera, which is kind of disappointing. And two, there's no lock on this thing, which kind of sucks. So if you're wanting to continue film, you gotta hold the whole thing down, and then you can film yourself, which is kind of, I would like to see a lock on the trigger, And then the handle's a bit bulky. But then again, I'm not a huge Super 8 fan, or I don't have a lot of Super 8 cameras, so maybe it's supposed to be bulky. And then the last thing is, when it comes to the filters, you saw the filters that we had, and some of the filters in this. I wish they would add a couple filters to give you more of a film reel, because it is digital, so you could do that. Like where maybe they had one that looks like film instead of just the scratches, but like the little holes on the side or whatever. That would actually be kind of cool. So you have more of a 8mm feel to it. And maybe where you can add a sound to it, where you can get that actual, feel to it. But overall, I don't have a lot of complaints about it. I mean, this was a fun camera. I'm going to be going out and try to make more film with this. And after you watching this, I hope you go out and get one of these too, because I would love to see a lot more of these out there. In fact, I would like to see more companies move forward with making these cameras, or maybe even do more of a retro style mini DV camera or something. I don't know. Just move on with more of this stuff. Maybe an actual true Camp Snap. If you're listening to this, do what Chizo's trying to do, but make an actual TLR camera. That would be so cool if that could be your next step. Take over Chizo and make one that's bigger and do something better for us. Now, is this camera, in my opinion, worth the $149 to $200? That depends. Are you looking for a camera to be the next Spielberg or Spike Lee? Then no. This camera right here has more power, more film. You can do more with this camera right here for the same amount of money. In fact, there's like that camera right there, or some of the older cameras I've got are much better, or just a little bit more money. You can do a lot more with just a little bit more money, or the same amount of money as this one. Like this, I think this was $160. It's the Nikon that I complained about, but the film quality and sound on it is much better than this. But now, are you looking for a camera to bring back memories, to bring back smiles, to bring back that sense of wonderment you had as a kid? Then yes, this camera is well worth it. And honestly, I don't feel that I've wasted any money in buying this camera. So guys, just go check it out. It's at campsnap.com, campsnap.com. It's on there. They've got the CS8, the CS Pro coming out, which I'm gonna check out. And remember what I always say, go get a camera and show the world how you see it. I'll see you guys next time. I'm gonna go make a movie. Love you guys.